the stars, see right where you are, where at all points in the grand scheme. Signs telling of the time, somewhere on the line. It matters if you're on the right team. Do you wonder what it means to be? Oh, sealed with the seal and declared redeemed. Oh, truth, it doesn't always soothe, but when you need the proof, there's no better place to start. No shame mentioned in the name brings about the change you'd always hope to forego. Love is actually enough to overfill your cup and give your life new meaning. Still, it's waiting on your will and not moving until you open the door, your heart to the beating. Do you wonder what it means to be? Oh, sealed with the seal and declared redeemed. Oh, today is the only time you have that's guaranteed. I'll be right here when you're ready. It's you that holds the key. We all walk on the cursed ground. However, there is something to be said for the head that's in the clouds. Untie the fetters that have held you down. Grab on to freedom when it comes around. You and I know better. There is so much more than this. Stars, look up to the stars, see right where you are, where at all points in the grand scheme. Signs telling of the time, somewhere on the line. It matters if you're on the right team. Do you wonder what it means to be? Oh, sealed with the seal and declared redeemed. Oh, do you wonder what it means to be? Oh, sealed with the seal and declared redeemed. Oh, say what's this hanging over my head? The shadows in the corner, monsters underneath the bed. Lying all alone in an empty house, every sound is amplified in the dark. Do you ever say what's this hanging over my head? Say too much and they'll call you insane. Described as a claw latched to your brain. Do you ever say what's this hanging over my head? When there's something alien around you, the shadows in the corner, monsters underneath the bed. Children drag their fears into the future, dying all alone in an empty house. Every sound is amplified in the dark. dark cloud moving in. Hope is like a kite facing the wind. Do you ever say what's this? Oh, do you ever say what's this? Do you ever say what's this hanging over my head? Do you ever need help to rise from your bed? Lying all alone in an empty house, every sound is amplified in the dark. Do you ever say what's this hanging over my? Will you receive the promised new life? Do you ever say what's this hanging over my head? From its humble beginning on the south side, the land of the forgotten and the unrealized, where it's a fight to dream. You've gotta make a name for yourself, no one else will. Stand and just believe, and see your future, plan your mission beyond the windowsill. We're living now on eternity time, as much as the wind blows. It started off with a change of mind. You can hold your head high as you look to the sky. There's no shame, no disgrace when you've made the switch. With the yes comes a weight, a mere yoke but not too great. Humbly hold your chin up, or the crown slips. It doesn't matter if you grew up with a silver spoon. When you see the temporary as the fading light of doom. We're living now on eternity time, as much as the wind blows. It started off with a change of mind. Whoa. The good result is being loved to pieces, scooped up and healed by Jesus. One day you'll find me over on the other side of this life, knowing as much as I've been known. Till then we walk by faith and not by all we see around us. Focus relentless on the throne. Da 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 da. The sun is beaming down on you where you run. There's no escaping the rays. All who've come before us here, they're all done and waiting for their reward. Looking through glass under strain in the dark, knowing it's a mystery. But one thing is sure, if it's truth you reach for, finding is a guarantee. Aware, knowing all you've done, but grace was there. With mercy new like the dew, is this fair? How favor rests on those who don't even seem to care. A parent's plea, sincerity, looking through glass under strain in the dark, knowing it's a mystery. But one thing is sure, if it's truth you reach for, finding is a guarantee. Looking through glass under strain in the dark, knowing it's a mystery. But one thing is sure, if it's truth you reach for, finding is a guarantee. Even through the mystery. If it's truth you reach for, finding is a guarantee. with the rain. Yeah, I poured it out without concern you'd ruin this parade. See, little me has to jump to sea, to barely catch a glimpse and then it fades. I've heard the story all of my life, with some questions unanswered. It's like peering through a hole in the wall in hopes to affirm my stance here. I strive against the tension, for what's beyond my comprehension. Beyond my comprehension. You say love is lost, but that's a hearty claim, when the whole wide world was built on nothing more. We've got 80 years to try to figure it out, and then we find ourselves on some eternal shore. The facts are piled to the edge of the sky, more evidence unfolding. The blind by choice try to discount it all, without pure light beholding. We strive against the tension, lessen the hope of divine ascension. What pride refused even to mention is far beyond our comprehension. Beyond our comprehension. Beyond our comprehension. Beyond our comprehension. Every calculation's meant to verify, for the skeptic needs something to analyze. With the proud humbly admit to the conclusion. Oh, it points to truth and love every time. It's no wonder people stare up to the sky. No, where else can we turn our last shred of attention? Doors are open to those called to ascension. Beyond our comprehension, like a holy fifth dimension. Yeah, move beyond our comprehension. Stars dance in the sky, a perfect swirl of grace, till the sand stops falling. They've come and gone with a why, and many have pondered on these things so enthralling. Questions remain, we're all the same. Truth seeks a name from the beginning. We know by instinct there's a force from high. was a plan, was not by chance. No random blast from the inception. All works of art in every part, down to the smallest of creation. We've seen the hints, those fingerprints that left the smudge of perfect beauty here. That DNA is in everything we hold dear. It's not some cataclysmic accident we're here. The evidence is meant to settle every fear. Are you the one stubbornly waiting for that train to come? You've been sitting on the same bench, clutching that bag since old was young. Have you ever wondered what life was given to you for? When you find your place, you can turn and face the open door. It's time we stand up in the light before the day is turned to night. We try to keep it at bay. The enemies of truth and good shall crucify to the misunderstood. We can't say we didn't see it coming. We've got to take up the mantle now. Start moving and stepping out, with signs make them wonder how. Miracles they can't explain. Get bold in the avenues, stand tall in those holy shoes. Do it afraid if you have to, but know the clock is ticking, ticking, ticking. Boom, we occupy this space that we humbly admit we're meant to rule and reign. Oh, and soon you're bound to get a revelation of how things really are. When you follow the path to the end, is it a place you want to land? If I showed you a better way, would you believe? What would you say? In a moment of clarity, newly unchained, the decision was mine to stand under the rain, with all hope leading onward to faith, love, and light, and the failures of yesteryear lost in the night. So I raise up my eyes far above all the hills, and as confidence grows, it's giving me chills. There's a knowing, you know, that is hard to explain, like the feeling of home or the smell of the rain. There's a drawing, a nudging that won't soon relent. It's a call to the higher, an urge to repent from the vain and the pointless, the passing, the brief. It is high time we wake up from damnable sleep. They say it won't be long until we're caught away. It could be any day. I hope not to be wrong, but truthfully convey in every word I say. When you follow the path to the end, is it a place you want to land? If I showed you a better way, would you believe? What would you say? Love, it's not all that you've shown me. I've had to scrape ice from the inside window panes. Sad, neglected and lonely. It makes you wonder what you ever did to deserve this. Yes, love, it's that or the other. It's funny how time can make you speak the truth. Is what we say we're after. So try not to cringe so much or yell, 'cause it proves that hatred dwells where the smiles refuse to tell the real story faultless white. We stand and stare at perfection face to face. Is it really worth abandon, like the garbage that we throw away? In the loving hands of the Master, restored to live another day. Another day. Love, just like at the beginning, when things were pure and sweet. Some would say naive, but it worked for us. Until the rise of monsters, or nicely put, the car. A new man not fully crucified. How can we bridge the gap or close this ugly span? With God we can. You know there's things worth fighting for.
voulais faire cette chanson en français et anglais. J'ai pensé que ça aurait les coups. Mais j'espère toujours que vous entendrez les messages. Elvis et chanter, c'est maintenant ou jamais. Mais ça n'a jamais été plus présent que jamais. Sauter de l'ombre du silence, il n'y a plus d'excuse pour l'appétit. En ce temps, téléphone, nous devons rejoindre le combat. Tous deux personnes ensemble pour nous amener ici. Nous devons rire nous-mêmes de nous, pas perdre cela.
Speak out, proclaiming God's word. Elvis sang, it's now or never, but it's never been more now than ever. Step out of the shadows and out of the silence. There's no more excuse for apathy. In this time of the end, we must join the fight. Too many have died to get us here. We owe it to them and ourselves.